Hello students, welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. M.N. Gupta, Emeritus Professor at Department of Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology at Indian Institute of Technology. So today we are going to talk on lipids as cofactors and pigments from paper Structure and Function of Biomolecules 2. While talking of both steroids and lipid soluble vitamins, or what are more generally called fat soluble vitamins, because you may recall that vitamins are classified into two classes, the water soluble and the fat soluble vitamins, and the fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. So while talking of both steroids and these fat soluble vitamins, we have mentioned the importance of C5 unit as a precursor of these molecules or their side chains, and we had especially mentioned vitamin A being derived from carotenoids. In this chapter, we will discuss carotenoids and terpenoids in detail. So the objective of this module are to learn about how so many different kind of molecules or components, important components of other molecules, they are derived from a C5 monomeric unit. When we say derived, we mean in the sense of they are being biosynthesized starting from this C5 moiety. For example, including among all this huge list is the important ones like various carotenoids and terpenoids. And having kind of talked about how these carotenoids and terpenoids are biosynthesized, we will also learn about their roles of the carotenoids and terpenoids in biochemistry and their applications in few other related areas. So the concept map is that we have a class of compounds on the right hand side which we have listed, which we will talk about: carotenoids, terpenoids and photosynthetic pigments. On the left hand side, we have the various aspects about these classes of compounds which we will cover, namely their structure, their properties, which includes their biochemical properties of course, and then finally their role, not only their applications in the sense we do it in the chemistry, but their biological role specifically. So fats and oils are saponified by alkali to form soaps and glycerol. Large number of lipids do not undergo saponification, and these are called non-saponifiable lipids, and we have talked about steroids as one example of non-saponifiable lipids. Carotenoids and terpenoids are other two important classes of non-saponifiable lipids. In that sense, they are closer to the steroids, and that's not a surprising in the sense that even steroids, their biosynthetic route has certain commonality, as we will see. These fascinating molecules, carotenoids and terpenoids, are responsible for diverse colors and fragrances which we see around us in our daily life. Besides They have tremendous biochemical involvement. Carotenoids are another group of unsaponifiable lipids of plants and animal origin. Many organisms like red and green algae, fungi and photosynthetic bacteria also have these pigments, which are lipids. The name carotenoids has its origin in the observation that in 1831 the substance called carotene was isolated from carrots. It's necessary to point out that techniques like NMR, mass spectrometry, etc. came much later. Even ultraviolet spectrophotometers were not commercially available to chemists in those days. Hence, the isolated and characterization of carotenoids could only profit from chromatography. Earlier invented by Tissot in 1906, Kerr, Kuhn, Lederer and Zeichmeister pioneered their separation. Colored as they are, visualization did not need any additional staining or spraying step. Lycopene, the substance which makes tomato and even hence tomato sauce red, is perhaps the precursor of all naturally occurring carotenoids. Apart from tomato, lycopene is also found in many flowers and fruits and even in some microorganisms. Lycopene has the extended conjugated double bond structure, which of course is responsible for the color. Two C20H28 units, each consisting of 4 isoprene units, are joined by a double bond at C15 from either end. So, lycopene has a symmetrical structure as seen in this slide. The other 3 important naturally occurring carotenoids also are C40H56 compounds and are called alpha, beta, gamma carotenoids with the structures as shown here. All higher plants have one or more of these 3 carotenoids, and even in many unicellular organisms. Ring 1, which is the left hand side, of all these 3 carotenoids is the same and also similar to ring 2 of the beta carotene. This ring is beta iodine residue. Ring 2 of alpha carotene is a alpha iodine residue. Either of these 2 kinds of iodine rings are present in all carotenoids. Majority of carotenoids are oxygenated compounds called xanthophylls. These can be considered as related to alpha, beta and gamma carotenes. Thus, a derivative of lycopene is called lycoxanthine. Apart from tomato, another good source for this is Rhodospirillum. Other lycopene derivatives are lycophyll, which is present in berries of Solanum dulcamara. Lutein or xanthophylls is another well-known carotenoid. The parent compound for lutein is an alpha carotene and it occurs in the green leaves, flowers and fruits. Thus, lutein is widespread in plant kingdom. The carotenoids related to beta carotene cover a wide range and include cryptoxanthine, which occurs in fruits and berries, Z-mase, which occurs in the yellow corn, zeaxanthine, which is also present in yellow corn, violaxanthine, which also occurs in some green leaves and flowers. Ischinone is a 4-keto beta carotene and occurs in marine invertebrates. Canthaxanthine occurs in both mushroom and Corynebacterium. Its structure is 4,4-diketo beta carotene. Astacine occurs in lobster shells and is a 3,4,4-3-tetraketo beta carotene. Astaxanthine from green algae is 3,3-dioxy 4,4-diketo beta carotene. The derivative of gamma carotene, rubixanthine, occurs in some flowers and green sulfur bacteria. It is 3-oxy gamma carotene. Oxidative cleavage of the carotenoids gives few carotenoids containing carboxyl groups, naturally occurring and obviously have fewer than 40 carbon atoms. Notable among these are bixene from the pods of Bixa or Lena, crocetine, the carotenoid responsible for the color of saffron, Crocus sativa, and tolulohodrine found in the red yeast Torula rubra. The carotenoids in both vertebrate and invertebrate animals are present in fat droplets of ovaries and eggs in many cases, and milk. Eye tissues and epidermal outgrowths like feathers, shells and wings of birds, crustaceans and butterflies are colored because of the presence of carotenoids. Many marine invertebrates and fishes have pigmented tissues due to the presence of carotenoids. The only other common source of colors in birds and animals which has such widespread presence are melanins and their derivatives. Formed from orthoquinones, these are polymeric materials. Apart from orthoquinones, paraquinones are also part of biologically important lipids. Vitamin K has been discussed. Many carotenoids are converted to vitamin A inside our bodies. At one time, only animal assays were available to assay vitamins. Carotenoids are evaluated or graded in terms of relative vitamin A activity. The carotenoids with beta alanine ring are vitamin A precursors. Xanthophyll ring, because of the presence of OH groups, do not have any vitamin A activity. Lycopene does not have closed rings. Gamma carotene has only one closed beta alanine ring. Lycopene thus has no vitamin A activity. Gamma carotene has significant vitamin A activity. We also have to consider presence of stereoisomers due to cis-trans isomerism. Kammerer and Fraps found that in rats, some neo-beta carotene can be converted into beta carotene, and this results in neo-beta carotene showing some vitamin A activity. Thus, relative vitamin A activity of various isolated preparations of carotenes may differ. The relative vitamin A activity may also differ depending upon which animal is being used for this assay. Beta carotene, after oxidation of the central double bond, cleaves symmetrically as shown here and forms two molecules of vitamin A, one retinol, which after oxidation of the alcoholic group forms 11-cis retinol. 11-cis retinol, as we discussed elsewhere, is the visual pigment involved in animal vision. We should also recall that retinol 2 or vitamin A2, which occurs in freshwater fish, though it contains an additional bond in the ionic ring, is just as active as vitamin A1. 1 unit of vitamin A is equivalent to 0.6 microgram of pure beta carotene. As conjugated double bonds are very vulnerable to oxidation, antioxidants present in food along with carotenoids serve the useful action of preventing this. So while vitamin A is discussed along with other vitamins, actually its synthesis and metabolism, these two aspects of the vitamin A is best covered along with this discussion on carotenoids. It should also be emphasized here that while any discussion on vitamin A focuses its role in vision, because that's the role which is actually very well understood even at the molecular level, but it also impacts other metabolic processes. Vitamin A deficiency affects almost all the organs. So that in turn points towards the nutritional value of carotenoids, which are precursor of vitamin A. So a general advice is to eat vegetables of different colors, and the biochemical rationale behind that common advice is that carotenoids are largely responsible for colors in vegetables, and that underpins the science behind this advice. In mammals, ingestion of beta carotene results in sharp rise in the level of retinol in liver. Persons with severe liver diseases fail to show this result. Hence, it was thought that the beta carotene is converted to vitamin A in the liver. However, later studies indicated that this conversion takes place in intestinal mucosa. Hence, why patients of liver diseases fail to show rise in the levels of hepatic vitamin A after beta carotene administration is not clear. Dioxygenase from rat intestinal mucosa formed part of the early picture of the enzymology of carotene conversion to vitamin A. It's a soluble enzyme and is NADH dependent. The dioxygenase is not very different from other dioxygenases. It shows maximal activity in the presence of detergents. Free sulfhydryl group or groups are essential for the activity as the sulfhydryl reacting reagents inactivate the enzyme. In the intestines, the ester form of retinol, which is present in liver and fish oils, is first hydrolyzed to the alcoholic form and then re-esterified to retinyl palmitate. This forms chylomicron particles and reaches liver to be stored in hepatic Kupffer cells. It's interesting to note that many tissues contain specific retinal esterases. This also indicates that some form of vitamin A activity is involved in many metabolic processes other than vision. There are reports that diabetic patients show impaired conversion of carotene to vitamin A. Sobel showed that alloxan-induced diabetes in rats led them to have diminished capacity for this conversion. Similarly, involvement of thyroid in vitamin A production and its metabolism is suspected. Hypothyroid animals show poor conversion of carotenoids to vitamin A. Again, use of thiouracil or thiourea administration to decrease thyroid function also led to lower conversion to vitamin A. Apart from their roles in vitamin A production in animals, carotenoids have also attracted attention in the context of metabolic roles in plants and microorganisms. In chlorophyll, the phytol side chain is derived from carotenes. Apart from that, carotene themselves form part of the photosynthetic pigments in many photosynthetic organisms. Quite often, three important carotenoids, alpha, beta and gamma carotenes, occur together in natural sources. In carrots, their percentage are about 15, 85 and 0.1 respectively. Bixene is a monomethyl ester and its second carboxyl group can be esterified to give methylbixene. Bixene occurs in nature in cis form but is readily converted into trans form, which is more stable. Crocetine occurs in saffron as a digentiobioside, which is called crocine. Crocetine also has 4 carboxylic acid groups. Carotenoids and steroids have something in common. Both classes of compounds results from joining of the C5 isoprene unit. In nature, the building block is isopentenyl pyrophosphate. We have mentioned earlier as HMG-CoA being a key intermediate in cholesterol biosynthesis. This is typical of compounds at branch points being the site of metabolic regulation. HMG-CoA can form as isopentenyl pyrophosphate. The reaction involves enzymes HMG-CoA reductase to form mevalonate, which is phosphorylated by mevalonate 5-phosphotransferase. A kinase action followed by catalysis by pyrophosphate mevalonate decarboxylate yields isopentenyl pyrophosphate. In fact, not just steroids and carotenoids, a variety of compounds are formed from isopentenyl pyrophosphate. These compounds play important roles in diverse biochemical phenomena. The fragrances, which are such pleasing part of the plant kingdom, in many cases are due to volatile C10 to C15 compounds called terpenes. The bay leaves fragrance is due to myrcene, which has just 2 isoprene units. Limonene, the well-known fragrance compound from lemon oil, also is a C10 compound. The fragrance compound from lemon oil is also hence is formed from 2 isoprene units. The fragrance compound zingiberina from ginger oil is bigger and has the molecular formula of C15H24. The C40 carotenoids are synthesized by IPP forming a C20 intermediate called geranyl pyrophosphate. 2 molecules of this condense tail to tail. The side chains of vitamin K, ubiquinone and phytol side chains of chlorophylls are also made from condensation of isoprenoid units. The creation of diverse structures and functions is a part of divergent evolution at the molecular level. The basic biological design is not to start formation of structures at any level ab initio. The strategy normally is to create modules and put them together in different ways. Terpenes, the largest number of them, belong to the plant kingdom. Essential oils are used in cosmetic aromatherapy. Their main constituents are mono and sesquiterpenes. Essential oils are volatile oils obtained from sap and tissues of plants and trees. They are di and triterpenes, which are not steam volatile and occur in plants and form tree gums and resins. The essential oil should not be confused with oils and fats, which are triglycerides, nor they should be confused with mineral oils, which are petroleum products. The common word oil refers more to their oily consistency. Natural terpenes are mostly hydrocarbons with the molecular formula of C5H8N, which essentially underlines the fact that these are formed from condensation of C5 isoprene units. The value of N forms the basis of classifying terpenes. Natural rubber is an industrially important polyterpene. Carotenoids, which we have been discussing, can be viewed as tetraterpenes. Many of the terpenes also form alcohol, aldehyde or ketone derivatives. Some people prefer the term terpene to be used only for C10H16, that is monoterpenes, and refer to other classes of terpenes as terpenoids. Thermal decomposition of many terpenes gave isoprene as the common product. That's how the early chemists realized that the terpenes are formed from condensation of isoprene units. This observation was called isoprene rule and was made first by Wellach in 1887. Ingold, one of the leading chemists of his times, proposed the so-called special isoprene rule, according to which natural terpenes are formed from head-to-tail condensation of isoprene units. We have already seen that carotenoids do not follow Ingold's rule and are formed from tail-to-tail condensation. Lavandulol, consisting of just 2 isoprenes, also has tail-to-tail condensation. Terpenes which are open chain and follow Ingold's rule have the following kind of carbon chain. Monocyclic terpenes, on the other hand, contain a 6-member ring. All natural monocyclic terpenes can be considered a derivative of paracymene. Myrcene C10H16 is an important example of acyclic monoterpene. Its well-known sources are oils and verbena and bay. Ocimene is also a C10H16 compound and is another acyclic monoterpene. However, the most important acyclic monoterpene is citral. Widely distributed, its important source is lemongrass oil, in which it is present in the range of 60 to 80%. A liquid, it smells of lemons. Both geometrical isomers, the cis form called the citral B or niral, has a boiling point of 117 to 118 degrees centigrade. The transform is also called citral A or geraniol, also has a boiling point quite close to Neral at 118-119 degrees centigrade as reported values. Geraniol, a constituent of rose oil, is also found in many other essential oils. The cis isomer nerol also occurs naturally, notably in oils of neroli and bergamot. Some other well-known terpenoids present in essential oils are citronellol, rhodinol, limonene, menthol, pipritone, which is from eucalyptus oil, borneols, and the phenyl oil constituent fenchone. So next time, if you use either a cosmetic or deodorants or you look at an aftershave, look for its constituents. You are likely to locate a terpenoid there now which is responsible for that nice smell. Some are also used in food to impart a nice smell to what you eat. The usefulness of terpenoids, however, is not restricted to just a smell. So let us briefly look at these other important properties of terpenoids. With the renewed focus on natural, so-called natural or alternative system of remedies and nutraceuticals, which now is a very important emerging area, has been important for now considerable period of time. So you are likely to find this class of the compounds more often in your daily usage. Epidemiological studies indicate that D-limonene and parallel alcohol may have a chemopreventive property for some cancers in humans. The suspected mechanism of action is that these may inhibit binding of carcinogens to DNA and cancer cell development and migration. Gram-positive bacteria are also more vulnerable to terpenoids as compared to the gram-negative bacteria. With the number of diabetic patients increasing at an alarming rate, the market for artificial sweeteners is also growing exponentially. In India, saccharine has been found for a long time. More recent entrants in the market has been aspartame and sucralose. With the approval of FDA in USA, stevia is now perceived as safe by larger number of people. Stevia contains large amount of organic compounds. An important constituent is a diterpene steviol glycoside extracted from leaves of Stevia remondania. This terpenoid is reported to have insulinotropic, glucagonostatic, and anti-hyperglycemic effects. It is known to lead to increase in glycolysis and gluconeogenesis. Besides steviol glycoside, others like ribendoside AF, steviol bioside, and dalcoside A also contribute to the sweet taste of stevia. Linalool, 1,8-cineol, artemisinin, etc. have been shown to possess anti-inflammatory properties. Betulin and curbitacins inhibit phospholipase A2 and thereby show anti-inflammatory properties. Aspentanol, pigurolol A and menthol derivatives show anti-parasitic properties. Linalool, carvone, and thymol enhance permeability of drugs through skin and mucosal membranes. D-limonene is approved by regulatory agencies as an active enhancing agent for steroids. The main photoreceptor in chloroplast of green plants is chlorophyll. A magnesium porphyrin, it has a phytyl side chain with conjugated double bonds. Both chlorophyll A and B absorb light with molar extinction coefficients which are very high. This places these among the organic compound, in fact, with the highest molar extinction coefficients. Cyanobacteria and red algae, the marine organisms with habitats at few meters below water surface, do not get any red or blue light. Their photoreceptor phycocyanobillene and phycoerythrobilene are prostatic groups of phycobiliprotein subunits. So these various photosynthetic pigments ensure that depending upon the various biological niche, some form of solar energy is available to various organisms which have the capability of carrying out photosynthesis. Some other parts of the redox chain in photosynthesis also contains lipids like plastoquinones. So does the respiratory chain in the form of ubiquinones and the prosthetic groups of cytochromes. So in this module, let's summarize what we have learnt in this module. We have learnt about the structures of various carotenoids and terpenoids. We have learnt about properties and applications of carotenoids and terpenoids, and we also have learnt the biological role, the biochemical importance of these two classes of molecules, carotenoids and terpenoids. Food, flavors, fragrances and nutraceuticals. Carotenoids and terpenoids encompass these various domains of applications. Beta carotene as a precursor of vitamin A and photosynthetic pigments show the usefulness of the extended conjugation among these variety of chemical compounds. Thank you.